Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NeverOpenPod podcast, the podcast open to everyone except you know who. You know who. Fucking Sonata. Who else did you think I meant? My name is Luke. I'm your host of the NeverOpen podcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. So, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. And goodbye to Sonata, fucking asshole. Who's he think he is? You know? I'm mad about that, but we today are going to wrap up the end of Jr Stank League, as well as talk about in detail Power Struggle 2024. Blah! Today on the Never Open podcast.
Blah! 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 Yeah, I like that sound effect. Wow. And don't need to press a button. It's easy to do. Blah! That's fun. Anyway, there's ways people can contact and interact with us whenever they wish to, I guess. We're on the Tweety, I guess. Man, if I wasn't such a procrastinator, we'd have had alternatives by now, but I am, and we don't. So I am at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is at Drusifer Tweets. Collectively, we are at NeverOpenPod. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. NeverOpenPod at gmail.com. Also, if you've got any of that Sasha Banks money, you can get merch that'll make you look never as fat. And yes, everyone, we are also on the YouTube where you can see me do this intro and all that kind of stuff. Just look us up. Never Open Podcast. Give us a like and a fucking share and subscribe, all that kind of shit. Yeah, for all the stuff.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We don't usually suggest you do that often, but, you know, why not?
Well, Luke, last week on the Never Open podcast, we talked about the Jr Stank League, and we took it up to the last day of Jr Stank League, but we have to talk about it. What happened on the last night of Jr Stank League?
Nah, homie, it's the last 2 nights.
Two nights of Jr Stank League.
That's right. So we'll do... That's right. We did 6 nights in one, which was kind of chill. It was really nice. And we have night 7. So Masatori Yasada and Daiki Nagai continue their draws, but they're starting their beef. It's really nice. Murashima and the Velocities versus Robbie X and Ishimori and Gato. There's a spiral tap by Robbie on Murashima for the win.
Murashima gets murdered in that match.
Dude, I think War Dogs have just singled out Murashima as their weapon boy. You'll see more of that as we keep talking. Cats 22 and JAY. I can never remember what his name is, and then I just think of Brian Austin Green or something like that, or J. Austin Johnson, who's from SNL, and then that other guy from 90210. I don't know. His name's not sticking in my head. Maybe if I liked his moves and stuff more, it would. Sorry. Ouch. And they're wrestling against Sho Mikato and the DKC Ninja Mac. And then I had to watch Jay boringly pin Sho Mikato. And it was so boring, I'm scratching my nose as I talk about it. And I have to tell you guys, all who don't watch us. Anyway, Revice, that's Yo and Rocky with Yano against the Jet Setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida versus Honma. And poor Honma losing to Yano every single night. I'm getting a little tired of that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll eventually talk about it, but some teams have, said that they're going to be in the World Stank League. And like Honma doesn't have a partner yet, and there's going to be a story with that.
Ooh, well, I would be, I would tag with Honma, and I would not pull a Makabe and let him get all the pins.
Yeah,
the one pin. Wato, Jado, and Shooter. They wrestled against Doki Sonata and Taichi. Taichi pinned Jado. All really cool previous stuff leading up to 2 matches and some. I didn't really notice foreshadowing and stuff, but I'm not a huge backstage comments guy, I guess. I did watch them for the show we're going to cover in detail, though. We got Tiger Mask, Taichi Pinjado, which is always fun.
Yeah.
Tiger Mask and Captain Suicide now versus Dragon Dia Taguchi. I didn't put the I on the end there, so it's Taguchi from now on.
Sure.
Chumpy's out refereeing this, and Captain Suicide taps out Dragon Dia. Tiger finally gets points. Oh, that's nice. We got Robbie and Vegeta versus the House of Tortured Kids. Show and that son of a bitch Kanemaru. Now, I did make a note of something here because it made me laugh. Because Robbie's of a certain age in Australia where this would be totally a thing. And I have noticed this on his commentary. I don't bring it up much, but he's on TJP's on commentary. And by the way, he's awesome on commentary. Wow.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah. Anyway, he jokingly asks Walker how many Simpsons quotes Robbie made when he was on commentary the other night. And Walker's just like, only 5, which was surprising. Yeah. So that makes you laugh. If you were an Aussie of a certain age, you've probably seen lots of Simpsons reruns as well, and all that.
We don't have those in the United States. Like there's no reruns here. We wouldn't. No one would know that stuff. So it's only Australia.
Yeah. It was pretty big, especially like that golden era of 3 to maybe 12. 12 at the max, maybe 11. But anyway, Chumpy's reffing this match, and Robbie makes show tap out. Oh, but Marty is suddenly interested in something Yujiro has to say. I'm like, why? Why?
He was going to invite him out. He was finally inviting him out to hang out, That's what it was.
And Chumpy's like, are you going to wear the jorts? He's like, Yujiro's like, what do you mean? I'm a never nude. The jorts always stay on.
Don't take them off, man.
Yeah, man.
He's got jorts under those. So
there's a chump bump by Vegeta. Because one of the House of Torture guys gets out of the way. So Vegeta, nice. Double chump bumps.
Well, plus we're doing our theme of guy hits other guy in team because guy moves. They did that so much in the tournament. So
yeah. All right, and so what happens here is there's an assisted kind of stunner move, but done by the Team DK boys, which is pretty cool. And Vegeta gets the pin. Wow, on Katamaru, which is really cool. Now, our main event is Bushi and Hiromu versus the War Juniors, Clark Connors and Jill Maloney. Now, I have a problem with this match, and that's because Team DK decided to sit down and watch the match, which totally spoiled that they were winning the fucking Stank League block. And I'm like, come on, man, you have them come out after the match. Now I know neither of the teams in this match have got a chance of winning the fucking tournament. Dudes, why did you do that? Oh, look, there's a roll-up. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
At least it's just Stank League. Who cares who wins that?
Correct. You want me to run through Night 8 quickly as well?
Please. So that decided the A block, right?
That's right.
So A block was decided, and TMDK are the winners of A block. So we're moving on now to B block, so we can get that set up for our big night at Power Struggle.
That's right. So it's Night 8. It's the last night of the Junior Tag League, or the Stank League as we call it. We start with Shomikado and Masatori Yasada versus Murashima and Daiki Nagai. Oh, and Daiki Nagai gets his ass brabbed out by Shomikato. So it doesn't stop him though. He's gonna talk shit. I like him.
He does. He likes to talk shit. He was very concerned during Taichi's match. We'll talk about it. Like he's like Taichi's guy, man. I'm all about this kid.
Yeah. He's got dreams of being one of the 5 guys one day.
Maybe.
Yeah, dream big, mate. Dream big. Why not?
There may never be 5 guys again.
That's right. Man, my shirt's like, I think it's just going to be a gag, isn't it? They're going to lose guys, gang guys. It's just going to be a thing. All right. So Tomoaki Honma, Tiger Mask, and Captain Suicide, they wrestled the War Juniors, Clark and Driller with Gato. Now, this match is notable in that.
Can't believe it.
And that Clark calls Tiger Mask a pussy. Oh, no. And more importantly, Honma pins Gato, and we hear Honma's music.
He wins the match with the Kokeshi. He needed a little help, but
that's right.
That's okay. That's what teams are for.
I don't care. This is Tag League. Everyone's getting help to get the finishes in. Like that's how Team DK win. Like it's a double team move. Like, come on, man. Yeah, it's fine. Toriano, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Bolton Oleg, Dragon Dare, and Taguchi with all the House of Torture guys. And we get to see Yano get another win, but I don't mind because it's against Yujiro, and fuck that guy, really. Taguchi, he nuts Togo on the floor, and then just fucks his ankle up. So he's like, Gucci's like not having Dick Togo shit. I really like that. You know?
Yeah, they got some revenge on Dick Togo a little bit in this match.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Shudo, Wado, and Jado wrestled against Doki, Sonata, and Taichi. There's a Taichi kick on Jado for the win.
Yeah.
And Sonata punches Shooter after the match and bowls him into babies. And I wrote my note here, man, I kind of like this ass-kicking Sonata.
I know. What a jerk that Sonata is. It's really fun when he's a jerk to someone we don't care about, you know?
Yeah. And especially, like, I don't know, and everyone's cheering it too, because guess what?
Know. They don't like Shooter.
You'll see it more on Power Struggle, but people do not like Shooter Umino for some reason.
It's funny.
Yeah. It is funny. So, yeah, there is that. Anyway, Zack Sabre Jr., Ryo Haiwa, and Robbie Eagles and Kosa Fujita versus Bushi, Hiromu, Naito, and Shingo. We get Iwa pinning Bushi with his lariat. I'm still not sure about that. This is like a pretty good match too, but it's short. Like, I feel like Naito's entrance was about as long as the match, but that's okay because we're getting into the tournament stuff. Excuse me now.
Yeah, this is the finals or the final matches of B block.
Yeah.
Not the they're in a B block.
Right.
But
So I have to say it. Andy did watch this show before me, and he gave me a warning. He's like, "Look, dude, it's not," and you're absolutely right. It's not the commentator's fault tonight, but just by them talking, you kind of can figure out who's winning. And I gave you some of my working out, which, all right, some of my working out wasn't correct, Mr. Guy, but my end result was like, oh yeah, Catch 2-2's winning. And even though you warned me about that English, I was like, you know what? It's only the Junior Tag League. That's fine.
Well, also you had Drilla Maloney on commentary,
and he's
Walker,
awesome,
and he was really funny. So what is the deal with high balls? Like, he's talking about high balls. Gabe Kidd can't stop talking about how many high balls he's had. It's like,
I don't know, man.
That's like a drink that you see in like I don't know, your great grandmother's like drink mix book. Like, what's this? Oh, it's like, Manhattan, highball, green grasshopper, black cow, like shit like
back
that.
In fashion.
It's so funny.
I won't mention all the awesome shit Drilla says, but he'll say shit like Ishimori is the greatest junior in wrestling, after me, of course. So like he's got that style, but he'll also put over faces, but then bury them as a heel should. So he is fantastic. And to think like his first Best of the Super Juniors, we were like, come on, man, like we're not sure about this guy.
Well,
found out he was injured, and yeah.
And he wasn't.
And now
giving him a microphone either.
Yeah.
Now they are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference. It really does make a big difference when you let a wrestler talk. So just saying.
Yeah. So it's the Velocities versus Robbie X and Taiji Ishimori. Hey, Chumpies here. Ishimori and Robbie X need Yo and Rocky to win, and they're in the finals or something. I don't know. Everyone's on 4 points. The Velocities like do a handspring stunner German combo. I'm like, okay.
They're good.
They're pretty good. They're very good. Bullet Club win as well. So yeah.
So that eliminates. But so that eliminates them, and it also makes it so like, how's it work now? That like
too many things have got to happen for Robbie and Ishimori to win.
Yeah, it's like,
which I think like so it's so convoluted that they're not doing it, so there's no point in like spending
it is. Well, it was like
seconds talking about it,
Yeah, well, once we get to like after the next match, it's like either all this crazy shit happens with a 3-way tie or Catch 2-2 win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think one of my notes to you was they never do 3-way ties, and if they were going to do it, it's not going to be for Junior Stank League. Like, we don't have time for this. Power struggles in a couple days. Like, get out of here.
A couple hours.
Yeah. All right. So we do get a really cool match, though. It is Ninja Mac and the DKC versus Catch 2-2. DKC, man, he squashes poor Akira at one point. Just fucking crunches him with a landing.
That was really good.
That was awesome, though, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I got to admit, I wouldn't mind it if, look, DKC. Okay, you're doing lots of training shit and helping others train and all that kind of stuff, but dude, help other people train. Like when you're 40, how old are you now? Get your ass to Japan and do a tour or two, man. I like seeing it. You know.
He's I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of people like him in the World Stank League. Just because of the way it's shaken out. I think they're gonna be like, who can we pay very little? Let's fucking get them. So
yeah.
Just my
Oh
opinion.
yeah.
But he's great.
Like,
He did a good job.
Remember that year the FTR had the tag titles, and I'm like, they're not even instantly. And that now, what you just said kind of rings true. Yeah, they weren't going to shill out for that.
No.
FTR were a little too pricey. We'll just get them for Wrestle Kingdom. So yeah, DKC squashes Akira, and Driller laughs his ass off. So you know it fucking hurt too. Catch 2-2 win. It's an awesome match with like amazing saves and some double team stuff. And it was just really fun, really good stuff.
So then it comes down to the Jet Setters, right, versus Rocky and Yo. And it's like if the Jet Setters win, then it's like that. Or if Rocky and Yo win, then it's a 3-way tie thing. And you're like, but then Yo and the Jet Setters can't win the tournament no matter what. So you're like, well, they're gonna win. Obviously, they're the champions, and like they don't win the tournament, but they get the big win on the way out. It just seemed obvious to me. That didn't hurt the match, or I didn't care anyway. I still don't care.
Yeah, do I like the matches? Sure. Do I like the people who are in the finals? Absolutely. I'm like, wow. I don't mind who wins. I'm really happy. All this kind of stuff. But man, they made this shit really obvious. And they could have booked it in such a way that it wasn't maybe necessarily as obvious. I don't know, man. I, who never look at bracketology and care about that kind of stuff, can figure it out.
I'm trying to. I don't want to figure it out, but
yeah,
it's like,
but you can't help hearing shit, and then your brain's just like, oh.
That's all good. Like I said, I don't care who wins or doesn't win Stank League. It's just like, just saying what we thought when we were watching the stuff. But
the main event is good. It is Jet Setters versus Revice. There is that thing of they're not going to do a 3-way tie. It's not happening. So Kevin Knight pins Rocky Romero. No kidding. And I just feel kind of bad for these two teams and the two main event teams of the night before, because they've got to bring the house down in their main event, and both main events are pretty good. Then they just got to fuck off and leave because they're all losers. But what about me? We won the main event. You lost the tournament. Get the fuck out. So it's usually the people in the main event that are usually kind of involved in being in the final. Sometimes they tried it a little differently this year, but I don't know. Fuck this. Let's talk about Power Struggle.
Yeah, well, so our two final teams was Catch 2 versus Robbie Eagles and Vegeta, right? And that's what we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But Power Struggle 2024 is in the Edion Arena in Osaka, which is one of the best crowds in professional wrestling. So always great to be there. Chris,
they did not let us down.
Are on the call, and I read on the internet that some people went to this place and they didn't like it. So I'm going to read some thoughts from the internet about this place. I went there for a sports tournament, but the air conditioner didn't work. I heard it was very expensive. I was quite hot and I was dripping with sweat, even though I wasn't doing anything. My friend was on the verge of heat stroke. Please be careful if you were going. I know it's difficult these days, but I would like you to reconsider the price. 1 star.
Wow.
Hot and expensive.
Yeah. Wonder if it was a sports tournament. Wonder if it was the New Japan show and they were hot while watching hot, getting heat stroke. I don't know, man.
This guy came up and threw a wrestler at me and hit me in my leg.
You go into a show where there's thousands or hundreds of people like sitting in tight, compacted areas. It's going to be hotter than all right.
They pay for the expensive air conditioner, but it doesn't
Was
work.
that part of the ticketing
maybe
fees?
That's what it is. Maybe he's
booking
saying,
fee, printing
fee.
the ticket fee, emailing you that your tickets being sent fee.
You got the no heat stroke fee. You want an air conditioning spot fee. Yeah.
Ticket Tech know what they're doing.
Oh, too narrow fee. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things. It's true.
Too willful fee. Yeah, there's so many fees. I did also get one of these. Oh, I'm going second here. And thanks for asking. And and I would like to read it thusly. I would like to request that the toilets be improved so that even women with a lot of luggage can use them with peace of mind. 1 star. I fucking love that.
So the opposite of peace of mind is like constantly worrying, right? So if you go in there and you're a woman by yourself, there's going to be a little worrying. But if you have a lot of luggage, we're talking there's going to be a lot of worrying going on unless they do something about this so that women can have peace of mind.
Yeah. I can just imagine them just trying to squeeze into the stall and just maybe doing a bit of a twerk to kind of like, just get, yeah, there we go. Sorry. I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Okay.
Let's move on. And all right, we've heard me give you the rundown of the last nights of the Junior Tag League. And because if we do it this way, you get to talk about the Sonata match, and I need you to do not Sonata, the Tai Chi match, and I need you to do that. So start us off, man, with Power Struggle 2024. I tried to do that like Pantera. But
the opening match, Luke, is Tiger Mask, Suicida, Kato versus Yo, the DKC, and Ninja Mac. Yo in the fucking pre-show. This isn't even a real match.
I know.
So, Doki and Master Watto have supplanted the Denim God. He's kicked out. Sorry, lost her spot.
Yeah.
But we get some really good lucha things from the younger masked wrestlers, and it's very good. Senton Atomiko to the floor from Suicida, and it looked very painful for both gentlemen. And it's like, okay, that's what we're doing. Yo gets a really good reaction for the crowd, though. And we get a ninja special late in the match, some kind of like trip rope kick thing from DKC pins Kato. He and Ninja Mac celebrate after the match. Yo is also there.
Yes, he is also there. And DKC's got some kind of funk music playing. Like, all right, nice.
Yeah, his music is like some kind of. It reminds me of the music that whenever a New Japan Legend comes out on Wrestle Kingdom, it's like, oh, it's it's whatever, it's Chono, and it's bow, 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 it's like,
yeah. So. Welcome back to the Legend, and he's got elevator music. It's like, oh, okay, well, that was the style at the time.
It's pretty fun.
And next we have Clark Connors, Driller Maloney, Taiji Ishimori, Robbie X, Gabriel, and Gabriel Kidd. What? Yeah, hell yeah. And they're versus Kevin Knight, Kushida, the Velocities, Paris De Silva, and Jude London. There we go. And the man whose dream we're all living inside. And the man who's going to be left dreaming during this match. That's Murashima. The Velocities, they do. I wrote it down again. I like this. The springboard stunner German combo, and they do it on Ishimori this time. There's an accidental trip. I don't know if it was accident. It kind of did look at between Knight and Robbie X, but Knight then just splashes him as Robbie X is lying on his belly. Kevin just splashes him on the back. Move on. Let's go. Dig it. Robbie X hits an amazing spin kick in the corner, then a splash. I'm like, all right. And it's getting his shit in, and he's completely won me over. And I really like Robbie X. Need to battle the Robbies now. So that's a lot of Robbie, right?
That is too much.
Murashima decides he wants Gabriel Kidd, and he gets Gabriel Kidd. Kidd he does sell for him, but rebound lariat, and then then Robbie X, he just wipes everyone out with a dive over the ropes, and then total elimination by the War Juniors. You're like, wow, Murishima's fucked. Nah, that's not enough. This poor man takes the No Chaser. He takes fucking the Driller Killer. He takes the fucking Bloody Cross. He takes a Robbie X move, like, and then he takes a fucking pile driver from Gabriel Kidd for the finish. And man, I feel sorry for Rishima, who's dreaming big time right now. Wow.
He's streaming, dog, for real. So I don't know if this has been happening the whole tournament and I didn't pay any attention. It very well could have. But I noticed that the jet setters, specifically Kevin Knight, is carrying around the Bullet Club War Dogs white belts, but he's like, this is my belt. And it's like both of them. And then Kushida's just got the regular belt. So I'm a little confused about what that means or what they're trying to do other than just taunt Bullet Club, but maybe not a good idea. We saw what happened last time somebody fucked with Doki too much, so.
That's right.
Just saying.
That's right. We might get Driller Shin or something.
Yeah.
Clark Shin?
Sure.
I don't know.
Him, he already got that knee tattoo filled in, so who knows what's next,
Oh yeah,
But,
he knows what to do between tours.
Yano, Hanma, and Taguchi wrestle. Oh no, and Dragon Dia. They wrestle Naito, Tsuji, Hiromu, and Bushi. And Naito tries to get Taguchi to take care of his clothes for him. He like kind of makes Taguchi he's like, oh, hold on, here, I'm gonna hand you my clothes. And Yano, we got somebody using a chainsaw or something in Australia.
Yeah.
It's a didgeridoo. So. Yano tries to keep LIJ on task, though, which I think is funny because LIJ are just fucking around at the beginning, and Yano's like, no, you go there. You go, okay, which is really fun. And Taguchi's balls are made to pay for all of the world's transgressions. All the pain that the world is feeling, it's got taken out on his balls,
Black and blue balls.
Bushi in particular makes nut butter and walks around the ring dragging Taguchi and his swollen balls around. Naito spanks Taguchi. Dragon Dia does get a cool hot tag, and even Naito takes some of his moves, which is nice. Naito and Hiromu put holds on on Hanma and someone else, and Hiromu makes Hanma tap out like an asshole. And Chris Charlton says that, Hiromu's going to be in World Tag League.
All right. Dude, all right, look. If you're not announcing all the teams yet, probably because this tournament hasn't finished yet, it finishes tonight, like, don't do it yet. Just hold off. Wait for a press conference. Yeah, all right. So next, we've got Hiroshi Tanahashi and Bolton Oleg versus Ren Narita and Evil. The other House of Torture guys come out, and Kanemaru Gambit, because they come out. Well, Tana and Oleg are coming out and beat up the faces. Evil, and Ren beat Tanahashi up for ages, and then finally Tanahashi makes a tag, and Oleg wrenches out Ren dick to dick on Oleg, which I like because fuck Bolton Oleg. There, I said it. I've said it before. I'm sorry. He's kind of boring. He's strong, does cool moves, but I don't know. There's no.
He's taking TJ or ELP's spot in this match too, is what he's doing. So
yeah,
because ELP is hurt or sick.
Oh man, I'm fucking miss ELP big time too.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a part of this. They even, they went to the Gladiator 2 premiere, and it was Shota Umino and Tanahashi, and Hanma was wearing ELP stuff, and it's like, oh
man, man. I love ELP. Get well, man. So there's a dick to dick on Oleg. Evil holds Tanahashi to the top rope, which allows a low blow on Oleg by Ren Narita and a roll up, and Ren pins Oleg. Yay! I kind of love that. House of Torture, they beat up Tanahashi and Oleg and Jado, and then Ryohei Iwa, he comes out and challenges Ren for the TV title, and I'm like, yeah, give me that. And then, look, I get why he's coming out. It makes perfect story sense. It's fine. But I don't know. I kind of want to see the Ren Iwa match. But Jeff Cobb, he also comes out because, he didn't even get pinned for the title.
Yeah, Ryohei Iwa's jumping the line.
Yeah,
fuck that.
It's true. It is true. So, I don't know. I kind of thought, all right, so Jeff Cobb's free. I guess Yota Tsuji's going to be busy. Shingo's not doing anything. Huh? But I don't know. He's going seems to be going a different direction, but it could work. So Ren buggers off, and then Iwa and Cobb just like, ooh, not getting along and stuff. And I like it. I'd like some more Never shit for Mr. Cobb, but this is not a bad spot for him to be in anyway. I like it.
Well, after the match, Luke, Evil took a pair of scissors and threatened to cut off Tanahashi's hair. And Jado tried to help him, and Jado got destroyed. And maybe there's something going on with Tanahashi and Jado. We should ask the English announcer. Maybe they'll tell us. But anyway, what if? Also, I was thinking about this. So you know how like in ancient Rome they had consuls, and they had two of them, right? And oftentimes they didn't agree, and they would balance each other out. What if instead of presidents, New Japan had consuls, and Evil and Tanahashi could both be in office at the same time? That would be really fun,
Dude, as soon as fucking Evil can do a fucking assassination on the Tanahashis, he's gonna do it. Come on, man. He tries. You know the kind of game Evil would play in Rome, and he'd be an emperor for a long time too. You know it. You'd just be like, oh Jesus Christ.
He tries to pass the consensus ultimum or whatever the thing is, like make people an enemy of the people. He does it every day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the prescriptions. He's just like, another name to the list.
Who's got the most money? Ref Chumpy. He's on the list.
Right.
Anyway, well, so that was a match, and then this show starts to get pretty good because we have a lot of story stuff happen on this match. It just hasn't happened yet. Next, we have Shota Umino versus Sonata, and this is for number one contendership to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And whoever wins this, I'm assuming, is going to wrestle him at Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, he's not going to wrestle anybody else first. It's just going to be Wrestle Kingdom. So don't worry about that. That's not going to happen. But Sonata has him too. He's been a massive jerk to Shota, and it kind of rules. So Shota takes control at the start and hits some of his moves, and Sonata hits back, and they work to the outside. Sonata gets all mad, and he's like, fuck you, bro, and he hits a magic screw on the floor, and then he takes Shota Umino into the crowd, and he throws him into chairs. He chokes him out and tries for a count out. And then they settle into like a main event, like back and forth rhythm. And Shota Umino starts to come back every time he gets some offense together. Like Sonata just attacks his neck or something like that, or gets a really long skull end. He does go for the moonsault, and he gets it, goes for deadfall. But Shota gets his superplex thingy that Walker calls a Death Rider. That's not a Death Rider. But there's a Bouye spot. Shining Wizard is answered by Blaze Blade, and then Okada roll for 2.99 from Sonata. But Shining Wizard, he goes for the dead drop, but it's reversed into an anticlimactic Death Rider. Shota wins. Not a bad match. It was just like the ending was kind of like, huh. And I'm just not very invested in whatever's going on here. I wonder if some of it will change to make me more interested. We'll find out. But Shota did get a pretty good crowd reaction during this night, like this match. He offers a hand to Sonata, who refuses it. Fuck you, kid.
I feel bad for Shota because I think he's great. I think we both do. But I don't know. Maybe like I think I said it last time. Like you've got your gimmick right there, man. They're booing you. Put on the black Moxley jacket and start beating ass. Easy. Come on, man.
Hollywood Shota Umino.
Something like I like him, and I'm not upset with his spot, really. No, because him versus the champ's going to be like tremendous, right? But crowd's not ready for it. The Japanese crowd have just really turned on him. Wow.
Well, think about this.
That's it. I really like, and this is going to, I guess, come in later. This arsehole Sonata, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, think about this, though, with Shota Umino and Zack Sabre Jr. Like, who's going to win that? Zack's had a pretty good run, right?
Yeah.
He could lose it and be happy with his run. You know, he's going to want a rematch or something. But, you know, are they committed to the youth movement where they're going to put the title on a young guy that then would be like the new Okada because everyone would boo him and shit? Could be something fun there. So there's a lot of, you know, either way it goes, I'm happy.
I think I am too. Like we're literally seeing Zack Sabre Jr. like live his dream, and Yeah, I'm kind of cool with it too. Yeah. I think we're the only two.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to have them together, though, because Zack Sabre Jr.'s had such a big part in making Shota Umino
Yeah,
in New
absolutely.
Japan. So, like, it's really cool that they go up against each other. And here it is. He's taking it the final step to make him a real top guy. Oh, that's good stuff there.
Yeah. All right. So next we have a match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Tag titles, and not the Strong Stank titles. Why do they still exist?
I don't know.
And no offense, Gabe Kid, why does your belt exist like that? We don't need them. But so it's just for those type titles. It's Hanare and the Great Khan versus Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols, and Hartley's out there with them, which is really cool.
Again.
All right. So you wrote something to me, made me laugh, and then I think it made me laugh in the same way like Milano will laugh at someone who doesn't move, and it's like, hey, that looked like it fucking hurt. And that was you saying that I really like Mikey and Hanare wrestling. Don't ever do it again. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't think they should be allowed to wrestle each other anymore. It's
no.
Getting a little much here.
Yeah, so like they as soon as they get in the ring, Mikey and Hanare, like if anyone remembers like their G1 match, it was a match that I was like, yeah, all right, this will be a match, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, stop it!
It was very violent.
Wrestling's not real. Stop it!
Yeah.
So they're just getting in headbutt each other, and fucking Mikey Nichols is like nastily broken.
I mean,
open.
Dude, that headbutt sounded like you heard it. You know what I mean? And the whole place was disgusted, and I was disgusted. Chris Charlton called it stupid. I agree. I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Was it cool as fuck though?
Yeah, but man,
yeah,
not worth it, dude.
Yeah. But Mikey does get a spine buster for 2. Hanare goes for an Ultima on Mikey, but Mikey hits a DDT. Hanare gets a Berserker. Mikey gets up and hits a ground lariat. So these two guys are just fucking going for it. Fucking hell. Haste and the Great Khan, they tag in. Great Khan fucking Haste up. Tries to sit on him in the corner, but Haste gets out of it. Nice. It's like this cool Tower of Doom thing on the Great Khan, which they call apparently the Olivia Newton Bomb.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice.
It's funny.
Hanare makes a big time save with his noggin, hammerhead style, and Team DK they hit a move called the Power Bottom, which is pretty gnarly. I like how they name moves. I've decided
they're very silly. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And they hit it for 2. Great Khan and Hanare, they both hit an Imperial Drop, and 1, 2, 3. Hanare and the Great Khan, right before Tag League, are the champs. What a surprise. And Great Khan puts on his fucking, King of Pro Wrestling title, and then he makes the ref strap the other title in above the other title. He just stands there while the ref does it all. He's like, yeah, you put it on. I'm a fucking double champion. Put it on me. And I'm not mad. Mikey and Haste now have something to chase. Geez, maybe they can win the Heavy League and everything's coming up. TMDK for the just summer for everyone else, but for the winter for us, yeah, in Australia. It's TMDK season, that's what I'm trying to say. And it's not like they don't have some gold already. No one can see me do the belt stuff. Sounds like I'm just doing bra motions when I do it up here. So I don't know. And I like Great Khan and Hanare, even if it's just the heavy tags. I like seeing a bit of gold on the boys. And if it gets them featured a little more, I'm into it. So, yeah.
Have they been tag champs before?
No. This is Hanare's second title.
Okay, good. So I was going to be pissed off if he got pinned in this match, because after losing the title, then it's like, no.
Absolutely.
We don't want him to go back to being the fall guy on United Empire. You know what I mean? So glad that he got the win. That's cool.
That also means Hanare and Great Khan have a spot
Yeah.
For Wrestle Kingdom.
Right, and that's true. And New Japan, like you said, they love switching the belts right before a tournament. They love it. It's their favorite. They did it in Best of Super Juniors 2 years ago. They did it before the Super Junior Tag. They did it before World Tag League. They love it. It's their favorite. So I was not surprised when the title got switched on this match. So anyway, Luke. Well, next we had a big announced guest that was supposed to be on the show. Kenny Omega's theme hits. And Kenny Omega's theme is one of the best themes in professional wrestling ever. I love it. It's so awesome. Yeah, I don't know what his other one is. But it's really cool seeing him. The crowd is fucking fired up. And seems like a lot longer than 2 years since he's been in New Japan. It's not been that long. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So he gets announced like it's a match is about to begin too, which is weird. Like he gets in the ring and the announcer's like, oh, okay, Kenny Omega. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's just walking out here. So he says he's been chatting with the Ace. And if he's cleared, one of these young guys at Wrestle Kingdom is who he wants to wrestle. And he says he's a full-time AEW guy, but he'd like to come back to New Japan full-time. That's what the translator's saying. But then he says he can't say when that might be, but how about January 5th? Oh,
he just wants to have his fingers in both pies, I think, yeah.
He's saying he wants his first match back to be in New Japan because it's still his home. That's what he meant. Goodbye and good night until then. I like Kenny Omega. He's one of the reasons I got into New Japan, so I'm excited to see who he wrestled. I was really sad that Ren Narita didn't come beat his ass or somebody like that, but we did hear later on from one of the English commentary guys that Kenny Omega got attacked by Gabe Kidd, but that has never been shown in any video that I've seen, so I don't know.
Yeah, as I said, I am not an avid backstage listener, dude. Did for this, and one of the things I specifically wanted to see was Gabe Kidd having a tussle with Kenny Omega. Guess what? Doesn't happen. You don't see it. You don't see a single fucking thing. And we'll talk about it more in the context of like how some of that is announced rather badly during a spot where people should be having their fucking moment. But
I agree. Luke, the Junior Stank League finals are here. And it is the block winner teams, Fujita and Robbie, the Ichiban Sweet guys, versus TJP and Akira Catch guys. So Hiromu is on commentary because he just cannot not do that.
No.
It's like he just cannot not do that wrestler thing where he's out there stealing a little bit of the shine from everybody. And that's part of his character. So I'm not mad. It's just funny. So, oh man. So TMDK, they do a bunch of tag moves and Fujita hits a very, very careful somersault senton off the top. First replay of the show, I think, Catch 2-2 recover and do a bunch of their team moves. The crowd likes both teams. So Akira gets a big dive and screams, "Let's go!" And it's more like, "Let's go!" But I liked it. TJP does holds on both Sweet Boys and assists Akira with a flying kick to take out Robbie all at the same time. So I don't like that. But Robbie back in versus Akira, and he tries the 450, but Akira dodges. Fujita tags in, and they hit the armpit slam for 2 on Akira. Reverse Rana on Robbie from Akira, and he hits a really great power bomb on Fujita. It was like, that is like beautiful power bomb, man. So good. So then we get a drop kick double stomp to Fujita in the Tree of Woe. So like, Akira hits a drop kick. TJP does the Paraguayo Jr. double stomp. And then Robbie hits a Canadian tope. Konehiro on Akira. And let's see here. Fujita, he had tried a few times earlier in the match to hit the German suplex, but he finally gets it here on TJP and keeps waist control. But Falcon Arrow from TJP for 2. Big Fujita chant right here, which made me happy. This crowd, I love this crowd, man.
Me too.
They cheer for the right guys at the right time. They know what they're doing, And Catch 2-2 do an apron double kick thing to Robbie, and Akira hits another monster dive to the floor on Robbie. Pseudo elimination, but no! It's an O'Connor roll for 2 for Fujita. Pop-up X Factor from Catch 2-2 on Fujita, though. And Catch 2-2 set up for a big top rope move. But Robbie hops to the top rope, all right, and hits a super Rana on Akira, who's standing on the top rope, while Fujita's up on TJP's his shoulders. So it's just madness, man. This is what you want in your junior bullshit, junior bullshit matches. You want this, this is fantastic.
That's awesome.
I loved it. Anyway, that was awesome. TJP avoids a near fall here, and there's a really scary looking assisted DDT from TMDK where they just didn't turn enough and somebody almost died, but everybody's fine. They got 2 on fire. That's what it was. They just got 2 on fire for that move, and it was just like, all right, guys, calm down. But I love that. Anyway, there's a sweet buster, but Akira breaks up the pin. And in keeping with this year's theme, Catch 2-2 caused Robbie to knee Fujita off the apron. Super cutter, leaning tower thing, but Fujita breaks the pin up there. The crowd is going bonkers here. Then TMDK caused Akira to kick TJP. Oh, we did the thing that you did to us.
Oh.
And TJP almost wins with a roll-up twice. And I was fucking, get out of here. Then Robbie shows him how that's done. He hits this folding side pin. He gets the win. Good for Fujita. He's elated. His first major accomplishment in New Japan. He gets the little trophy, and he's the youngest winner of Junior Stank League. And I don't know. And then commentary steps on his moment by telling us about Gabe Kidd and Kenny Omega getting into a backstage thing that didn't happen.
It was so WCW. Remember WCW, right? You would see
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah. You'd see the cruiserweights wrestle, and like you're watching guys like Eddie Guerrero, Juventud Guerrero, Dean Malenko, all these guys. They're fucking awesome. Oh, what's this? What's this? Oh, the NWO wreaking havoc backstage. We better go there. No, I want to watch the match. Have that segment after that. No, we got to go now. Because anything could happen. That was I was just like, Chris, no, no. We're not cutting to that. They don't do that. New Japan never cuts to backstage. What are you doing? Ever.
Even if it was happening right then, we can't see it.
Yes. Even if a wrestler grabs another wrestler and takes them out the back for a beating, we're up to the next match now. We don't
they followed him around during COVID a few times. Remember, Yano and Hiromu went around the whole building, but that was like a special thing. So, absolutely. But that's not all, Luke. Jet Setters come out because they also want to step on the moment. So they come out and they say that Catch 2-2 beat them. And Catch 2-2 come out, and Jet Setters say, we'll see you at the Dome, and War Dogs attack, and everybody's fighting. And I guess we're going to get a 4-way, for the titles, I guess, which is fine. But here's one thing. All right. War Dogs come out. They say they beat them all. They beat everybody up. Just no cage matches, guys. Please. No cage match.
Absolutely not. I don't mind it. You got the new team of Robbie and Fujita. They got the trophy. Yay. The Jet Setters are just like Catch 2-2. They beat us, so they deserve a title shot. So that ties in. And then the War Dogs are just like the biggest badasses. So and it's Wrestle Kingdom. Get all your boys on the show. I'm super cool with it. I wouldn't be surprised if the heavyweight tag match will be something similar rather than just a straight 2-on-2.
Man, I hope not. Actually, I don't care. That's doesn't matter to me. But this match is traditionally a 4-way match at Wrestle Kingdom. It's been a while since they've done that, but it used to be that way every year. So, Luke, are you ready for the main event?
Yeah, I'm fucking.
The first main event. I guess there's a couple.
Yeah. Oh, the rest are all just bonuses. Really, I love this match. It is for the junior heavyweight title. Not only is it for the junior title, but this match is super over, which makes me really happy. The crowd's fucking into it. The buzz I see online, man, for both boys was just really cool. I'm talking about Doki versus Master Wato. Hey, and you know what makes this match even just that little bit better? Ref Chumpy, Marty Asami's reffing this match. Come on, man.
So happy to see him.
So I watched by the way, the little story in the Team DK Catch 2-2 match was Robbie had never defeated TJP before. So there's that. But this match, they start going at it in the ring, but then all right, then we're going outside and we get I'm just going to drop Wato over this rail and then just, drop kick him onto it. And then I'm just going to do the thing that Luke wanted you to do last episode, or just not during Stank League or anything, but like during your title reign. I get one of my favorite moves that I don't want to say all the time, but I love it in wrestling. It is a motherfucking Doki bomb, which gets a replay, which means I saw it 3 times because I hit the 10-second button to see it again. Oh, fuck. Dude, I've missed that. This match is a fucking edge of your seat thrill ride for me. I love both wrestlers. I feel like you and I have been kind of a part of their New Japan journeys. Doki, since he arrived as a jobber, and Wato, especially now that he's a, not a young lion. Now that ever
He's
since
the
he came back
guy?
in 2020, he was one of the first young lions to come back when we started podcasting, and we've wanted to like him for a long time, and we don't like him. We love him. So, 2 of our boys, like, they're fucking going at it. It is awesome. There's a Recita Mente, the Vendaval. We get a Doki Choki. They're just fucking going at it. And then, but I freak out at one moment. I just freak the fuck out. And then, you know how sometimes you read in a book where something's like, by the way, I thought this all in like 3 seconds. Well, I had that moment because I see high angle German suplex by Wato in Wato's hometown with some of his family there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm ready for this. It's fine. At least it's Wato that beats Doki. I'm all right. And then Doki kicks out, and I shit my pantaloons. I was like, holy fuck. The English commentary can't believe it. And then, like, I watched this match twice. So I watched it with the Japanese commentary, and they're like, oh, losing their fucking minds. It is absolutely incredible. And then there's just Doki twisting Wato up in a Doki Choki, the Italian stretch 32. But you think like it's over because Doki rolls over to get him in the middle of the ring one too many times, and Wato goes to pick him up. Now Doki kind of slips out of that, hits a DDT, and then puts the Doki Choki back on and chokes Wato out. Wato doesn't tap out, or he doesn't submit or anything like that. All right, he just returned. Oh, we're not ready for Doki to lose the title yet. What do we do? I don't know, make him look awesome by having a fucking ref stoppage because he'd rather pass out than tap out. I thought this match was just like everything I wanted it to be, plus Doki won. I don't know. I think I would have been happy that Wato, because it would have fit the story, everything too. And then what happened afterwards, like if Despy coming out still would have worked for me with Wato, because hey, I don't know, works better with Doki. So, but I love this match, and it confirms something to me before anyone even comes out after the match. And I'm like, holy fuck, I'm getting my dream. Doki's at the Dome as the champion.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry.
Oh man, the match was fantastic too. There was like Wato was busting out some of that, like, whoa, Wato, take it easy. It's early in the match. Don't try to hit the high angle German on the apron to the floor. Stuff like that. It's like, hey,
he gets a TTD in. He goes to the RPP. Like, they're both fucking going for it. Everything.
It was fun. Also, I have to say that one of the things that Master Wato's improved on dramatically is his facial expressions. Like, he was tremendous in this match. When that final Doki Choki got locked in, you knew it was it. Marty started freaking out too, and it was like, you knew it was over, man. Because not because of what Doki did, but because of what Wato did, because of the story he was telling with his facial expressions, which is pretty cool.
You can't train your face, apparently. Well, it looks like someone fucking has.
But that's all that happens, Luke. Doki celebrates, but he doesn't get to celebrate long.
No, he does not. Man, a very handsomely man who decides he needs to wear a mask when maybe it's because he doesn't want people hitting on him all the time, so he just wears a mask. But it doesn't work because it's El Desperado. You're handsome no matter what, man. It doesn't matter. We're all hitting on you anyway. In Mirishima's dream, he comes out wearing an El Fantasma shirt. Like, come on, man. Can this guy get any cooler? Yeah, he can. Because he gets in the ring and he's like, hey, Doki, you and me at the Dome. And I just shit my pants. Like, I'm like, all right, it's still sinking in that if Doki's won Power Struggle, he's more than likely going to be the champion at Wrestle Kingdom. I'm like, holy shit. I hope they got someone cool for him to... Oh, yeah, they want him to have a rematch with one of the fucking top guys, and it also fits the story, and it's... Hook it up to my veins.
Well, Desperado didn't just challenge. He cut an amazing promo, which I don't speak Japanese, but I was like hanging on every word, and the crowd was just like absolutely into this. And it was like, wow, this guy is super over, and like it's great because both guys are now. And like while that's happening, like the crowd's all fucking fired up. I'm all fired up. Marty's all fired up, and Doki's standing there calmly. But you know he's all fired up too, and it's like, oh man, this is so cool. Doki responds. He says that he's beaten 4 of the best challengers in New Japan, and he likes the idea. You know, he's like, this makes the most sense. You know, I agree. You know, it's like he reasoned it out. You know, which I thought was pretty funny. So I like that Doki's character's changed a little bit. He's a serious, champion. You know, that's like this is serious. It's not a joke. You know, which I like.
4 defenses cool. Now. Did you ever think we'd get here?
Versus top, Ishimori and guys like that. You know,
and I've got absolutely no problem with Despy winning at the Dome. It's fine, but man.
Now tell me about the big time move that Doki makes before we move on to the next segment. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah,
this is amazing.
So the crowd's cheering and all that, and Despy's like, "Fuck yeah, awesome! Got my match." By the way, like a dick, he's just like, "All right, so I'm gonna take you, and then hey Hiromu, then it's you and me." I'm like, right. "Oh, you're looking past Doki." I think that's a mistake. So maybe that'll be part of the story. But as he's walking away, you got Desperado's music playing, and Doki, he's on the mic. He's like, "Hey, I won the match. Play my music." And they play his music.
Great.
What a fucking champ move. He's learned from the Just 5 guys. You know, he's learned. He knows. Like, and also, I'm the champ. Like, I'm not walking out to Despy's music. He didn't do nothing for the last half hour. I did.
I like that a lot. That was pretty cool. Big time champ stuff. Big, top guy stuff. Doki's out there doing top guy things. Well, Luke, we get a video package after that for the global title match, and this match is wild. It's really awesome for many reasons, and my favorite guy loses. So
yeah,
good, It's Finley versus Taichi, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that New Japan is going to let me have Doki defending his title and Taichi also winning a title. That ain't happening, So I was prepared, but we get the full-on Taichi entrance, he has big match gear on, and as soon as the match starts, Finley starts messing up Taichi's hair on purpose. But Taichi's like, fuck you, no self strikes, and Finley spits in Taichi's face for real, and it's gross, and it's like Bret Hart spitting in fucking Vince McMahon's face, like laser precision. I was like, yeah, that's so gross. So Taichi fucks him up in a big chunk. Like what this match is Taichi when he gets his comebacks, when he gets big strikes on Finley. Finley is bumping like Mr. Perfect.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
Dude.
Yeah.
So, I can't believe some of the bumps he takes. So anyway, Finley spits on commentary and flips off the crowd, and then there's a bunch of heat on Taichi, and I don't like it. But Finley uses his elbow to grind Taichi's face, which is against the law. And then Marty calls him out on it, and Finley says he didn't do anything.
That's Regal type shit right there, isn't it? Wow. and Fit Finley shit. Just like it's a very British wrestling, or that area. Just to grind the little thing, that little extra.
Just got to make sure Finley knows that Marty Asami sees right through you. So
that's right.
They're fighting towards the ropes, and Taichi he just was like, you know what? I'm going to dangerous suplex you out of the ring.
Canadian dangerous.
Just like, wow, over the ropes. Fucking amazing. That was so great. And after that happens, that's a pretty fucked up thing to do to somebody. But it's David Finley. So the crowd's like, let's go, Taichi. And it's like, Yes.
We're going to allow this.
I love it. So he introduces Finley to all of the guardrails, and Finley is bumping into the guardrails like it's some of the best bumping you'll see of that nature. It's incredible. So, but Marty won't let Taichi use a chair, so Taichi runs Finley into the ring post instead. So I wonder if they'll get revenge for that later. But I noticed Taka's there. Oh, hey, there he is. And Taichi hits monster strikes on Finley, and they're so awesome. The pants come off. Stupid Irish curse spoils the big kick. Finley tries to hit a pile driver on the apron, but Taichi gets away, and Finley has to settle for throwing him into the ring post, right? So Finley starts throwing Taichi around like a sack of potatoes, and I don't like that very much. Taichi hits a fucking Hurricane Rana to counter a power bomb, and then hits a monster dangerous suplex for a double down. And Taichi hits a Gamanguri that is like one of the best kicks I've ever seen in my life. It was so awesome. Axe Bomber, bridging dangerous suplex. He's going to win. Oh, it's for 2. Finley won't go up for a last ride powerbomb either. So Taichi just kicks him in the fucking face. And then Finley gets a really great counter for Into Oblivion. Into Oblivion for 2 and a powerbomb for 2. And then David fucking Finley hits Black Mephisto on Taichi.
Motherfucker.
What a piece of shit. And guess what? Doesn't work. It's only for 2. Big Taichi chant. Surprise. Gato's there. Uh-oh. He's trying something. Or surprise Gato clutch. Gato is there, but we'll talk about him later. And then an Emerald Flosion for 2. And this double down was so cool, man. That little segment right there that I just fucked up telling you about was very good. Then we get someone else appear at the ring. And it's like, why is he here now? I was immediately like, why? Has he been here the whole time? Sonata appears, and he's wearing a Just 5 Guys ring jacket. He's there to cheer on Taichi, clearly.
Of course.
So here we are, big finish. Huge strikes from both guys. Buckle bomb, but Taichi hits a huge kick. Gato tries a distraction, but Taichi gets Black Mephisto. 1, 2, and then Marty gets pulled out of the ring. But who did it, Luke? Marty, if Marty's there, if Gato's there, but Sonata's there.
No. That can't be right.
Couldn't be Sonata.
Wait. Taka's handled Gato. Well, I'll do this again. Taka's handled Gato. Yep. But there's no other War Dogs. House of Tort? No.
Gato's saying he didn't do it, and I believe him.
And that's weird that I believe him right now. Because he always lies. It can't be Sonata. And just, dude, Taichi, give him an Oscar because this acting is absolutely incredible.
Of all the people in New Japan to do this to, he's the perfect guy. This is great.
Oh, dude, it is. It is. It's like
turns that up.
It's like that, it's shades of that Kevin Owens, Jericho kind of thing, that friendship betrayal. I don't know.
Why is my name on the list, But
yeah.
Sonata reveals it was him. He has a War Dog shirt on. Motherfucker. Shillelagh. Overkill. Marty counts the pin. Why? But he does. And, fucking David Finley beats Taichi. But Sonata, after the match, kills Taichi. He tries to kill Taka, but Doki comes out and saves his friends because he's the leader of Just 5 Guys, just 4 guys now. David Finley gets on the mic and he says, he told you so. He calls out Yoda Tsuji, though. Oh.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're still injured for quite a while, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah. It's going to be I can see why they did it storyline because Yoda's beaten him twice already. And, that's a thing sometimes with the Bullet Club leader. Jay's like this a lot of the time. Someone beats Jay and Jay's like, oh, Ishii, fuck you. I'm having you. It's over. You know what I mean? Like, I can beat Okada and Tanahashi, no problem. But this Pitbull son of a bitch just always beats me. So I can see Finley just doing that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's got unfinished business, I guess. But it's just unrelated to the Just 4 Guys stuff. So it's like, couldn't you have done that later?
I did read a bunch of tweeties that were all like, so has Sonata joined because Jake Lee's going to be out longer than they think? I don't know. I don't really care.
Gabe Kidd and Sonata.
Yeah. Some people are also saying this might be a step down for Sonata. I'm like, I don't know. I think he's been world champion. He's fine. He's over. Like, he was over in Just Five Guys as a face, whether, he was our fave or not. Like, he was. Japanese crowds liked him. And I just look at the reaction as soon as he betrayed Taichi, of all people, who the crowd used to hate, right? He betrayed, and it's like, before anyone even knew what was happening, the crowd knew. Fucking boo! Like a House of Torture style, but boo, you son of a bitch.
That was great.
And he does have, and he has been displaying this kind of vicious ass-kicking streak.
And, they did show in the backstage comments for this, after Sonata's match, he was backstage and he's all fucking pissed off. What does he got to do? And Gato came over and whispered in his ear, like Grimer worm tongue.
Yeah. So this is how good Just Five Guys are. Because when Kanemaru was in the group, I was gutted that he and Doki didn't win the junior tag titles. But I loved that match, and Catch 2-2 were an awesome team. I was really happy. Like, there's this team where their good luck only works for one of the members at a time. So far, Doki, because he's got the title. He's the only one who's allowed to have good things happen to him in that faction. Everybody else is going to get betrayed or injured. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck.
Well, Doki, if bad things happen to him too much, look out. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's figured out a coping mechanism that involves extreme violence that everybody's scared of. So,
I noticed Wato, I don't think he ever would anyway, but he didn't even glance at Doki's bottom hanky mask or something.
No.
Didn't even fucking. He was just like, I'm not going to touch that.
But by the way, before we move on, that just the Watto Doki thing, that ain't over. That is not over. It was clear that is not over. So I
want them to be in the same block to the best of Super Juniors, or in the final.
Yeah.
It's like, I like that going forward, a major rivalry in that division is going to be Wato Doki. That's just going to be a thing, no matter where they're aligned, how they're aligned. It's like they're in the ring, they're going to go.
I like it.
I love it.
What did you think of the Boyhood Dream Achieved video package that we sat here? I like it. It's just kind of sappy. It made me laugh.
Yeah. All right. So your turn to do a bit of heavy lifting for me, because I didn't take many notes for this absolutely wonderful match.
Yeah, well, me neither. It's the IWGP Heavyweight Title match. It's Shingo versus Zack Sabre Jr. The reason I didn't take a lot of match notes for this is because it's too good. It's too good. There's no way to convey to the audience, our listening audience, how good this is in the form of what happened as far as like every move. But man, this match is awesome.
I was telling you before the show that my nitpick for this whole show, this whole event, was the main event, where I was just like, man, I just always knew that my Never champ is going to jump to Zack Sabre Jr. It's fine, but I'm just like, there was no doubt in my mind. But this match was just so good. Might be one of, if not the best match they've had, despite me being like, oh, this is bullshit. It's the TMDK train. Come on.
Do you remember when Shingo was feuding with Will Ospreay and they were just tearing it up, and every time they wrestled, it was amazing? That is, Zack Sabre Jr. and Shingo have had a similar year, where they've wrestled a bunch of times, and every time it's just been like ridiculous. And this was the best one for sure.
Yeah. And neither man are happy with having the exact same match every time. They build off all their other matches. It's just cool. It's fucking art, man. I don't know how to. I am not artistic. I don't know how to convey art into notes like that. I don't know. It's just fucking amazing. It's like half an hour of. Put it this way, like my two boys are champions and they're wrestling each other. That's like, man, what is this timeline? Like,
it was hard to like consume this match though right after what had happened with
I
the whole
know, that's
Doki
the
and then
other
Taichi
thing.
thing. So like the first time I watched this, I just kind of watched it. And the second time I watched it, I took a few notes and then I just kept watching it again because I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? How many times can we say, dragon screw, or how many times can we say last the dragon was countered by this or whatever? It's like, all that stuff doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like, it's just one of the best main events they've had this year in New Japan. It's tremendous.
It really is. Yeah. I would, dude, I don't know. Like, I know things can happen and change over time and stuff, but man, what they've done in trying to establish some new threats and some new fucking like names into this junior division is working. Like, all right, I'm always gonna love me some Hiromu, some Despi, and some Ishimori. Like, who wouldn't? But it's nice to see that they're all right. I don't like him, but what do they seem to be doing with Yo is turning out just fine. I like for other people, it's just not my thing. You know what I mean? Like Wato, he's been gone for a while, and he came back, and everyone was so happy to see him back because everyone remembers, and he was having that great stuff with this Doki. They've given him this like amazing run. It's kind of
it's almost like New Japan knows how to get guys over. It's almost like that is the case, and
that's why I'm not too worried with Shooter Umino, because I'm like, dude, this is early days. It's fine, because after this absolutely amazing match where Shingo does not tap out, it's a pin for the win this time.
It's like the third Zack driver.
The Saber, and they're starting to call it the Saber driver. Which,
fuck that.
I like Zack Driver because that's how Taka said it.
Silly,
Zack Driver.
It's silly.
But that's how English says it. I think it's still Zack Driver in Japanese.
Yeah,
I think so. But look, everyone's really happy. Everyone's just watched an absolutely incredible show, and we're going to go out on a high. Well, yeah, we are. But first, according to the crowd, we're going to go to a low point, because after the match, Shooter Umino comes out like he's a member of House of Torture or something. Like, what the fuck? Like, he'd been booed here and there, like on the lead-ups and all these other towns and stuff. But this is Osaka don't give a fucker about Shooter Umino. Wow. They do not like this
care. They care. Oh, yeah. They care the opposite way. So yeah. he gets booed. And Zach's like, I'm sure I'm gonna beat you, and he's like, no, I am gonna win, and then that's it. Nothing else happens, right?
No. Oh, except man, this is awesome. Ricochet comes out. I'm like, okay, awesome.
He's a heel too. He beats up Zack Sabre Jr. and he's an
yeah.
There's an awesome moment. So he's beating up Zack Sabre Jr. And Shota Umino comes to chase him off, right? And the crowd boos Shota for trying to chase off Ricochet. Zack attacks Shota Umino, who just tried to help him, and Zack gets cheered. It's so funny. Death Rider on Zack, though. Boo.
Yeah.
And shoot the title up.
We've announced some things here. So, Wrestle Kingdom, Shooter Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. Wrestle Dynasty, winner of that match wrestles Ricochet. So,
okay,
cool.
That's not Friday then, huh? I was thinking that was getting pimped for there's a Fighting Lone Star Gulch Unleashed thing on.
No, they're not having Ricochet come out at the end of Power Struggle just to not wrestle at the Dome. Get out of here.
Okay, good.
I mean, that's where I'd put him. Like, come on.
I agree.
And yeah, so it was kind of in the back of my mind when he signed with AEW. I don't think I've really talked about it, but I liked Prince Puma. Liked what I've seen of his New Japan run. He was just finishing up, kind of like when I was getting into it. That's fine. Never saw his. I don't watch WWE, so I didn't really see that stuff. So now that he's not there anymore, I've quite enjoyed his AEW things, and they're smart and teasing him and Ospreay, which they definitely want to tease out and put on in the future. But it kept in the back of my mind. I'm like, he can go to Japan, right?
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be fucking awesome. Like, just fucking awesome. And yeah,
He tagged with Taguchi, I think, for a while. Is that right? I think that
yeah.
was Taguchi, and he had another tag partner too. They were junior, like he won the junior tag title a bunch of times and the junior title, I think at least once, So he's storied history, in New Japan, and the crowd was happy to see him. So,
Yeah. And at least it left the Osaka crowd happy that they didn't have to end on Shooter Umino, because apparently they fucking hated that shit.
It did on Shooter Umino though, because he hit the whatever Death Rider and held the title up, and that was the end of Power Struggle. And really, Power is being struggled over. So
yeah,
I'm with it.
All right, man. So there have been. All right, we'll quickly get these out of the way so we can talk about like the Wrestle Kingdom / stuff. But you said that there's at least 3 Stank Team title.
Yeah, why don't we push that news off to the next episode, because there's plenty of time between now and whatever the next New Japan show is, and we can tell you about all the Senior Stank League bullshit that's coming up. So, because I can't wait to talk about
that. Absolutely. All right, then. I'm cool with that. Man, Power Struggle's fucking awesome.
It was good.
And, oh, man, there's a few things I was just waiting for you when you were telling me you were watching it, and oh, man. So, speaking of our champion, Doki, I have, thanks to Jay, episode 27, back to my home in Mexico. 1. It's fucking Doki. It's dated August the 3rd, 2024. Man. I'm like ready to read this. Right. I'm off to my home, Mexico. From San Francisco to Mexico City, it took about 4 or 5 hours. I'm the type of person who can fall asleep on planes easily. So before I knew it, we had arrived at our destination. But just as we were about to arrive, one of the stewardesses made an in-flight announcement. Lightning has struck Mexico City's Benito Juarez Airport, so we cannot land. How scary. The plane was shaking, and the sky outside was thick with clouds. So the plane made a detour of 30 minutes to land in Querétaro and wait there. Since there is no immigration in Querétaro, they wouldn't let us off the plane. Also, I hadn't brought any food or drink with me because I thought we'd be able to eat when I got to the city, so I was really hungry and thirsty. In the end, the rain stopped, and we arrived in the city 5 hours later than the original arrival time. Lol.
Man, travel problems, and he's unprepared, like Yoshihashi. I don't like that.
No. Look, he's too busy at top of the world to worry about fucking incense sticks. Yeah, that's small fry shit. You can't do anything about the weather, but the whole ordeal made me feel like I had truly arrived in Mexico. Since no restaurants were open when I arrived, the first thing I ate was tacos from a street stall. Tacos in restaurants are good, but I like tacos from street vendors much more. However, if it's your first time eating tacos in Mexico, you should usually choose bistec, beefsteak, or al pastor, similar to a kebab. But they're not for me. Tacos that are exclusive to Mexico are guisado, like a mini taco, and cabeza, cow's head tacos. I went to a stall that serves and ordered relena, like blood sausage, and cabenza. This is it, man. I grew up eating this. These are tacos that you can only get in Mexico. It was a tough first day, but I'm glad I was able to reunite with the nostalgic taste of my youth. And there's a photo of Mr. Doki's tacos.
How they look?
When I woke up the next morning, strangely enough, the feeling of nostalgia had subsided. Just like back in the day, I took the subway and metro bus and traveled to my destination on foot. It was like I'd almost never even left Mexico to live in Japan. It all came flooding back. The main reasons I came to Mexico this time were to remind myself of the Mexican techniques that I'd forgotten and to see my dear friends again. Aww. If I took it easy, it would have been a waste of time. My schedule was packed to the brim. So from the day I arrived, I trained as much as I could. I worked specifically with a Loave instructor that I trust. It was Lave. I don't know, or is it I? I don't know, instructor that I trust, and I was able to do a lot of practice that I can't do in Japan. There are also
they got all these safety rules in Japan about what we can do, what we can't do. He's like, I can practice all kinds of shit in Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I wonder for how many successful luchadors there are. I don't even want to contemplate how many ones with ouchie bodies there are. Never mind. There are. Where am I? Oh yes, here we go. So from the day after I arrived, great techniques. Also, since Mexico hot. Okay, there are a lot of really great techniques in this country. Also, since Mexico City is at such a high altitude, it was great for conditioning too. It was exhausting dealing with the advanced live moves all day. It reminded me of the old days. I wanted to train a lot more, but I think I did enough for the whole week. It's up to me to decide how I use the moves I was taught. Just like the training, just being in this country really makes you tough. There are more inconveniences in Mexico than in Japan, but in any case, something is bound to happen when you're here. Haha. There's no point complaining about it. You have to deal with the problems instantly. It makes you stronger as a person. It really reminds me of how I've felt in the past. It's important to keep that toughness. I want to come to Mexico at least once a year. To be continued. Jim Hercules is a photo of a gym called Jim Hercules.
Okay. Not Heracles. Huh?
No, I say Hercules.
Well, okay.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah. Well, so Doki, very serious,
that was actually a wrestling fucking diary too, because he pretty much just like, I went to Mexico to train, and I also ate some wicked tacos.
Yeah. And, I think he made it clear that he doesn't like Mexico. Even he says he likes it. He kind of was like, man, it really sucks here. It makes you tough.
Oh, yeah. I became really tough here. I'm like, yeah, I bet you did.
That was like the most nice way to say a place kind of sucks, which
I want to come here at least once a year.
I am just joking, by the way.
So. Yeah, of course. Of course. Man, that was... like, I'm always excited to do this, but on top of it being an absolutely like awesome power struggle, like it's just icing on the fucking cake, right? Yes.
Yeah, and I agree. That was fun.
Fucking oath, man. And we got a bit of time before. We got a bit of time before Wrestle Kingdom, so
yeah, pretty much. I mean, we'll find something to do during World Tag League that won't be as bad as my contribution to our coverage of Jr Stank League. We'll figure something better to do without.
In the meantime, I plan very soon with Charity to watch the original Gladiator, so we can talk about that in time for Gladiator 2.
That's right, so, Gladiator 2.
Fucking sweet. You heard it here first. Oh, maybe second, because we've mentioned it before. Yes, but in who did? Oh, in Doki We Trust. Come on,